Billy Hoyle and Sidney Dean are an unlikely pair of basketball hustlers. They team up to con their way across the course of Los Angeles, playing a game that's fast, dangerous, and funny. Movie talk. Welcome back. I'm your host, Rick. Um, Start off by letting y'all know you can follow me on Instagram at Rick_BHR. That's Rick_BHR. You can hit my email at themovietalkpod at gmail.com if you want to send me suggestions or send me a movie that you want me to do. If you email me and let me know about a movie, if I seen it, I'll talk about it on the next pod. And if I haven't seen it, I'll watch it and then talk about it on the next podcast. So that's how I want to do that. For anybody who's new who might come across this podcast, this is just a podcast. I'm a movie head. I like watching movies, all types of movies. Definitely open to suggestions. And I just want to come and just talk about movies, but in a different type of way. Talk about movies in my type of way. You know, I curse a lot. I talk shit. And it's not here to pinpoint every single detail of the movie, but give like kind of an overview of the movie and some of my favorite parts of the movie and some things I liked and didn't like about the movie, little shit like that. It's not here to be like, well, the writing on scene A, line 38 was horrible. I'm not that type. I'm not here, like, it ain't that. This movie talk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to just talk about some shit I seen and hopefully y'all could go watch the movies and hopefully y'all could put me on some shit I haven't seen. And I've seen a lot of movies. But today we're going to talk about White Men Can't Jump. Now, first off, damn, man, I wish I just started this podcast, man. I wish I had like a lot of motherfuckers to interact, man. That should be dope because I can ask questions and then we could do follow-up episodes and shit because I like to know where people rank White Men Can't Jump as far as basketball movies. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that on a later podcast. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Top 5 basketball movies of all time and shit like that. But I would like to know where people rank White Men Can't Jump. It's a dope movie. It's funny. You know what I mean? It has its moments. It's a realistic movie. You know what I mean? Think about how real that shit is. Like, you got Billy Hoyle, played by Woody Harrelson, and you got Sidney Dean, played by Wesley Snipes. All right, clearly they both bald, right? If you're looking at it from like why are they hustling in the streets of Los Angeles playing basketball? Because none of them niggas is in the pros. So it's like, clearly, you know, they probably play some ball in high school and some in college, and then shit happens, they ain't make it, or whatever the case, right? So you got fucking Wesley Snipes busting ass, talking mad shit, like... one of my favorite scenes where that nigga was like, yo, that nigga Michael Jordan came down here. And you know what? I took him to the hole. And Michael Jordan took him to the hole. He said, what he said, yo, what that nigga said? That nigga said, he told me you should come play summer league. He told me I should come play summer league. I said, nope. Shit might cramp my style. Like, that shit crazy. Like just the fact that he was on the fucking park talking shit, talking about Jordan came there and he said that it might cramp his style if he go and play with Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, come on, my nigga. Like, you know? But that shit, that was just the dynamic of Sidney Dean and shit. But then you got Billy Hoyle, who you could tell he plays some ball. Now he come to the park. Like, think about how real that is. Like, it's the perfect hustle. You got a nigga who, he out here every day. This new dude, you know what I mean? White dude come through. Billy Hoyle looking like he can't ball. Niggas pick him up. He get busy. That's how, for those who don't know, maybe some younger people who might come across this podcast, if you don't know, watch this movie, man. This shit is dope. It's called White Men Can't Jump. And so Sidney Dean, played by Wesley Snipes, how him and Billy Hoyle met, he on the court busting ass, right? Mind you, Billy Hoyle, he just comes off the train. He sees them playing ball. He goes, he sits on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're in LA. You know what I mean? So niggas is not, they're not picking him up. He looked like the funny looking white kid on the bench. He don't know how to play no ball. You know what I mean? That's how they view him. You know what I mean? These are big hood dudes, all probably played ball in college, or, these niggas is feeling like they don't need him. So, of course, Wesley Snipes talking shit like, nigga, I'll play anybody here, all this shit, whatever. So they pick up Billy Hoyle. He ended up winning, right? They beat him. So now Wesley looking at the nigga, Billy Hoyle, like, hey, it could have been luck. You don't put your money where your mouth is. Why did they do that? So now behind that interaction, right? So think about it. He's talking shit. Wesley Snipes whooping ass. He talking shit to niggas. He joking on niggas, whatever. They picked Billy Hoyle up. Billy Hoyle team beat Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? So they like, yo, all right, you gotta get off the court, whatever. He start talking shit to Billy Hoyle. They start talking shit back and forth. They ended up in a shooting contest. Billy Hoyle, like, and what turned around for me, what made me like look at Billy Hoyle, like, yeah, when they were shooting from the top of the key, first to miss, right? So Billy Hoyle walked up. They was going back and forth, threes, bam, 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 bam. Then Billy Hoyle walked up to him. He's like, hey, don't worry, Sidney. I hustled a lot more better plays than you. That shit was fire. He just looked at him like, and he shot it, you know what I'm saying? And then Billy Hoyle ended up beating him. You know what I'm saying? He won the money. But right then and there, you could tell the fucking chain on the bike started moving in Wesley Snipes' head, because he was like, oh, we about to get some money. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is just dope, man. Then they set in LA. They set the scene is set in LA. LA got the weather. It's always nice out there, and I'm quite sure it's always full basketball courts out there. Like, niggas out there getting busy. You know what I mean? And so what happens? They fucking go. That nigga, Billy Hoyle, he's fucking he's hustling to get, he owes some people some money. So he hustling, him and his girl, they hustling up money so she can get on Jeopardy and he can fucking pay the loan niggas back. Whoever the Stokey brothers that he got the bread from, he trying to pay them niggas back. You know what I mean? They hiding out some raggedy ass motel. They get a knock on the door. She dips to the bathroom thinking it's the Stokey brothers. He grabs a gun. He goes to the door. Who is it? Sidney Dean. Like, nigga, let's make some money. So that's how they hustling started. You know what I mean? They fucking, they start going around the town and they was hustling niggas. They went to the hood. They hustled my man. They hustled my man, yo. My man, oh man, yo. What the fuck was my man name? Big nigga too. He wasn't trying to hear that shit. Like, he was not trying to hear that shit. They fucking hustled him. And that nigga went and got the gun. I forgot his name in the movie, but if you watch the joint, you'll see when they hustled him. Raymond. They hustled Raymond. When they hustled Raymond was out there getting busy. Then Raymond was like, hold on. Pulled his blade out and shit. It was like, yo, first off, Raymond ain't have enough money. This nigga went around the store to rob the corner store for a couple $100 to come back to the basketball court to bet against Sidney and Billy. That was bugged out. That's when I knew Raymond was crazy as fuck. Why would they fucking try and hustle this nigga? I don't know. This nigga dead ass didn't have enough money, so he went around the corner store in his hood, threw a bullshit ski mask on, and went in there trying to disguise his voice to get a couple $100 to put on the basketball game. And the nigga behind the counter was like, Raymond, take that fucking mask off. So he ended up selling him his gun. And he still came back short. And niggas like, yo, fuck it. You know what I mean? So after Sidney and them niggas won, fucking Raymond was like, nah. Y'all niggas set me up. He pulled the blade out. He was swinging the blade and shit. And Wesley Snipes was walking around like, psh, 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 he ain't gonna cut me. That shit fire. Yo, you gotta go watch this shit, man. Even if you haven't seen this shit, think about it. Like, these type of movies, niggas don't just watch every day. So 9 times out of 10, if you're listening to this movie, you didn't just see White Men Can't Jump yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's probably been a minute since you seen it. Go watch that shit, man. That shit fire. The nigga was like, he ain't gonna cut me. Like, that shit funny, yo. Then That nigga was like, I don't know this motherfucker. He's trying to play it off. And Billy was like, yo, Sidney, come on, man. Think about it. You got a wife and kids. He was like, what? Sidney tried to flip on Billy like, what? You know my wife and kids? I don't know this nigga. Wait, hey, Raymond, cut that motherfucker. Cut that motherfucker. He's like, Raymond was like, nah, you know what? Y'all both crazy. I'm about to go back to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody's ass. Yeah. Hey, yo, listen, man. That nigga said, look.
Give me my money. Hard goddamn work.
Hell, my shirt, baby.
Nah,
you played a good game. You guys played a really good game.
You damn, man. Hey, man, take it easy. Hard goddamn work. Yeah, you wait, man. You set me up. Cut me. Yo, hey, you set me up. Look, Raymond. Now, I seen you hustle, man.
Hey, I ain't never used no goofy white motherfucker like that.
Hey, who you calling goofy white motherfucker?
Hey, you
okay,
goofy
man,
white motherfucker.
That's cool.
He said, hey, you ain't gonna cut me. You ain't gonna cut me. He ain't gonna cut me. He ain't gonna cut me. He said, you know my family? Hold on. Cut
this motherfucker.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. You talking about my wife and kid, and you don't know me? Wait a minute, Raymond. Cut this motherfucker. Yo, say what? Cut that motherfucker right there.
Nah, fuck this. Both you motherfuckers are crazy. I'm going to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody's ass.
Raymond!
Hey, yo, that nigga said, you know what? Both of you motherfuckers is crazy. I'm going to the other car, get my gun, shoot everybody's ass. And at that point, everybody in the park dip. And then there's a scene where they running. Wesley Snipes jumps over the thing. He jumps over the fence and shit. As soon as Billy Hoyle get in the car, it's like convertible shit. Wesley Snipes is sitting on the top of the back seat. So as soon as they pull off, he look at the park and stick his tongue out at him. That shit funny, man. You know what I mean? That shit funny. So yeah, they got that shit off. You know what I'm saying? And then though, some foul shit happened where Wesley ended up. One of the turning points in the movie was Wesley ended up hustling Billy, right? He hustled Billy. He hustled him for a couple grand, you know, and it was kind of fucked up because knowing his story and why him and his lady, they trying to get the money and shit. So, you know, I guess Wesley felt like, yo, we don't hustle as, you know, our hustling ran its course because niggas is probably, you know, niggas tall like, yo, that nigga Sidney, he gonna come around with some white boy. You know what I mean? You kind of got to strike while the iron is hot. You got to hustle and then leave it alone because at some point niggas gonna catch on. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I'm assuming that's what happened. So niggas is probably like, yo, they can't, how long can they pull a hustle off? You know what I mean? They're gonna tell him like, yo, he gonna come to the court with a white boy. He was crazy nice. They're gonna bet bread. They're gonna win. So what happened? Sidney ended up hustling Billy. You know what I mean? He ended up throwing the game and shit. And his girl put him on and shit like, yo, that nigga wasn't, you know, he threw the game or whatever. And they ended up having beef and shit. You know what I mean? So when he lost all that money, his girl made him go over there and try and get the money back. And Wesley Snipes' girl was like, yo, nigga, we need this money. You ain't getting the money back. Which, you know, technically he won, you know, it's street shit. Like, he won the money. You know what I mean? So she like, yo, you ain't getting the money back. Y'all can get in this tournament, though. You know what I mean? So now it's like, all right, it's a tournament coming up. I think it was like a $5,000 tournament. And they was like, yo, let's go in the tournament. They wasn't even fucking with each other. They ain't like each other or nothing. But they girls like, yo, y'all gonna play in the tournament because, you know, that was fucked up. You hustled them out the money. So y'all play in the tournament, win this money. Let's get this money. But yeah, man, it was some nice niggas in the tournament too. Dwayne Martin, who played in Above the Rim. Damn, another dope ass basketball movie. Yeah, I got to do a top 5 basketball movies of all time. I got to do that. I'm gonna start putting the list together and doing some notes and shit. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna do that. But so he was in there getting busy. Him and his partner, other tall nigga. He been in a couple other basketball movies. He was in I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was in Blue Chips too, which is probably my favorite basketball movie. But like I said, we'll get into that another time. Yeah, but Dwayne Martin and that nigga was getting busy. And it was ill because when they first went to the tournament, Wesley Snipes was walking down and he was like, yo, watch out for them niggas. He was like, oh, we ain't got to worry about them niggas. They bums, they argue more, whatever. He's just giving them the rundown. But he's like, hey, them niggas right there, we'll be in the finals against them. And then they showed them niggas was throwing alley-oops to each other. They was fucking blowing niggas out. They was like, I quit. He was like, nigga, this shit too easy. No, this shit too easy. Not, you know what? Fuck it, man. I don't even want to play no more, man. I quit. Like, they was wilding. So they ended up playing them niggas in the tournament. Came down to the wire. They won, right? Here's the kicker, though. The last play, that nigga Billy went up and he passed it off, I think, or some wild shit like that. He passed it. So after the game and shit, nigga sitting was like, yo, nigga, why you ain't dunk it? Why you ain't banging on him? Why you ain't banging right in his fucking face? Why you ain't just stuffing in his fucking face? He was like, nigga, I ain't want to, whatever. And then when they was riding home, that nigga Billy was like, yo, I could dunk. And Sidney was like, all right, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And he was like, nigga, you don't believe me. He's like, yo, all right, man. He was like, no. He was like, yo, bet your half of the money against my half of the money that I could dunk. Why did he do that? So he went up there. He kept pushing the issue. That nigga Sidney was like, nigga, take the money home to your lady. You won. Take the money home. He didn't want to do it. Billy kept pushing the issue. That nigga, you know what? Pulled over. Seen the court. He's like, I'll give you 3 tries. You know what I'm saying? 3 tries. First dunk, he missed that shit. Second dunk, he missed that shit. Then that nigga's like, nigga, is this shit regulation? So Wesley Snipes went up, grabbed that shit with ease, hopped up that joint, like, pulled his head through the room. He's like, yep, this is about right. You know what I'm saying? And then the third dunk, Billy missed that shit. Had to give Wesley Snipes his half for the fucking $5,000. They just won. So now this nigga lost money, then won money and lost money before he could even bring it home to his girl. She was pissed. You know what I mean? She left him. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was bugged out because it was like a real high point. It's like, damn, my nigga, why couldn't you just go home? Like, you know what I mean? It's like you didn't have to try to do this shit. Y'all, you was up 2,500. Y'all could have gone home and that would have been that. Nah, he decides to gamble, lose the money. She waiting for this nigga all night. He comes home late. She fucking leaves. Stookie brothers catch him. They give him one more chance to pay the money. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of shit. Then, fast forward, Wesley Snipes, his house get broken into. You know what I'm saying? And then I forget what part, but there was a scene. No, matter of fact, Wesley Snipes, Billy Hoyer went to Wesley Snipes and asked if he could get he knew Wesley Snipes, one of the niggas they played ball with, do security on a TV lot where they filmed Jeopardy at. So he was like, yo, can you get my girl on there? And long story short, he ended up getting his girl on there and she ended up winning some bread, right? So she's happy. She's on good terms with Billy. They doing it. She just won a lot of money because she been all throughout the movie. She's just studying for Jeopardy. So, boom. So now Sidney's house gets broken into, right? He comes. He don't know what to do. He need the money. They stole his savings, all that shit. His wife flipping out. He got kids. He got a little baby, all that shit. He goes to Billy like, yo, my fucking house got broken into. What I'm going to do, whatever. And then he was like, yo. Billy was like, no. He said, yo, I need your help. And he said, what you need? He said, it's a game going on. And it's $5,000 to get in. Some legends came back to the park and they down there racking up, but it's $5,000 to get in. So Billy was like, Nate, what? I just got the money. I just got 5,000. And then he's like, oh, but I can't because she's gonna get mad. I forget his who his girlfriend's name in the movie was. It was the actress Rosie Perez, but I forget her name. Um, she was like, oh no, I can't. He was like, come on, man, I need your help. You know what I'm saying? I need your help. So Billy goes back and tells her, like, listen, man, Sydney, Sydney, she came up. Matter of fact, they was out somewhere. They was out walking and shit, just chilling. And Sydney came running, looking for him, like, yo, it's a game going on. It's 5,000 to get in. So she came over there because he was like, let me highlight Billy. So she came over there and was like, yo, what's going on? And he was like, yo, it's a game going on. She was like, come on, Billy. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we almost got the money to pay the Stookie brothers. Like, I'm trying to chill. I don't do this. And she was like, yo, if you do this shit, I'm leaving. Or some shit like that. And she was like, yo, can y'all win? He was like, and Sydney was like, yo, I promise you, we're going to win, whatever. So, long story short, she skates off. They go to the park. They get busy. They out there battling, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Fast forward, last play of the game, this nigga Wesley Snipes fucked around and threw this nigga Billy a alley-oop. And I guess the adrenaline, you know what I mean? Because when that adrenaline kicking in, man, you could do anything. So nigga adrenaline kicking in, and he just caught that shit and banged it. Boom! Pulled himself up, screamed. They won the bread. Like, that shit was just an ill way to cap that shit off, man. You know what I mean? And then he went back to the hotel. His girl was gone. She left him. You know what I'm saying? So he paid the Stookie brothers off. And, that was pretty much kind of sums it up. You know what I mean? And then they went back to the basketball court. And they was about to play one-on-one or some shit. And then it went off type shit. That's just the overview of White Men Can't Jump. Again, if you haven't seen that shit in a while, go watch that shit. And for my youngins that coming across this shit, go watch that shit, man. Like, for real. Like, White Men Can't Jump. It's a dope basketball movie. Now, me personally, I think they should make a newer White Men Can't Jump. Set it in New York, though. You know what I mean? Set that shit in New York with like the kind of the same fucking theme of hustling. You know what I mean? Because the thing about, like, in New York, see, in LA, like, I'm not sure how it was set in LA. Like, I don't know if they was in Compton and just going to different parks in Compton, or I don't know if they was in Long Beach. I don't forget what type of area they was. You know what I mean? But see, in New York, you got 5 boroughs, and the boroughs is mad big, so you can hustle out there and get crazy. You could go to Queens, and it's a million different basketball courts, and niggas don't know each other from a hole in the wall. Then you could go to the Bronx. Then you could go to Brooklyn. Then you could go to Manhattan, Harlem. Like, you can really get crazy out there. They should make a White Man Can't Jump in New York, man. Same type of theme, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe switch it up a little bit, but, that should be dope, in my opinion. I can make a movie out of anything, man. It's a couple sequels and a couple remakes that I would love to do, man. They should bring me on as a consultant or some shit, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna sign out, man. I'm gonna sign out with White Man Can't Jump. Be on the lookout for my top basketball movies. I'm gonna it's gonna be a few top 5 certain category of movies. You know what I mean? Top 5 thrillers, top 5 comedy movies, top 5 basketball. This, in my opinion, too. Like, I'm not saying this is the end all be all. I'm just Rick on the Movie Talk podcast, talking shit with the people, man. So, yeah, man, that was White Men Can't Jump. Again, I'm not a critic. I'm not here to be so specific and politically correct. I'm just here to talk shit about movies that I like, and hopefully, if you haven't seen it, you go check it out. And if you had seen it, you go watch it again. Cause we movie heads, man. You know what I mean? My wife be like, yo, you watch that shit all the time. Yes, I watch that shit all the time. I watch Sicario all the time, both of them. I'm a movie head. Like, if it's good, I can watch it. I can never get tired of it because it's good. So, again, Movie Talk, hit me up, man. If you hearing this, hit me up. themovietalkpod @gmail.com. So send me some joints like, yo, check this out, or I want to hear you talk about this. Just hit me up, man. I'm gonna do it. It'll be the next episode. You know what I mean? That'll help the content keep going, So feel free to hit me up, man. I don't care if you think it's whack or what. I watch all type of movies, like white shit, black shit, don't matter. Like, as long as it's good, but that's subject to opinion. You know what I mean? So it depends. So I'm about to sign off, go upstairs, man. My son should be up out his nap, eat some dinner, catch up on the Godfather of Harlem TV show, and chill. Also, you can check my other podcast out, which I just got done recording. It's called Jack Talk Podcast. That's available everywhere. So, a little cross promotion, but I'm trying to get my shit rocking, man. So check them out, man. And I'll be back, man. Again, if you got any suggestions, hit me up. themovietalkpod@gmail.com. And like I said, I'm on Apple, Spotify, and a couple other places. But I know Apple and Spotify is probably the biggest platforms or the most commonly used. So just search me, man. And my other podcast, Jack Talk Podcast, is on all those platforms as well. My Instagram and Twitter handle is Rick_BHR. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Fuck with me. Come check me out, man. And be back for the next episode. I'm out.